Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of Cram Jam. My name is Jack, also known as Peebus.
My name is Chris, also known as Erikai. Well, fuck.
And I'm Anthony, otherwise known as Lamp.
Yeah, I'm sorry, everybody. There's been another tragedy.
Well,
So,
it's another tragedy as in it's the same tragedy, but we've been bamboozled,
it's-
guys.
We have indeed
We got
been bean-boozled.
fucking epically
Mhm.
pranked
Mm.
by
Mhm.
a by a mysterious creature. Let's let Chris explain briefly.
So, yeah, you guys may be wondering by the title of this video, what we're going to be talking about, because we recently, a certain creature has come to our attention recently. This creature goes by one name and one name only. It is the Big Bongo. And we are currently
Bongus.
on a Bungus.
Big
Sorry,
Bungus.
Big Bungus. Sorry, a sacrilege there. I must be sacrificed to the Big Bungus.
He's coming. You
Yeah,
say
he's
his,
gonna.
you say his
Yeah,
name wrong, he comes
I said
for
it
you.
wrong. Yeah, that is part of what Big Bungus does. However, the thing is what brought us to this attention is we finished recording the episode, our 21st episode, and we were having a good time. We were just a couple of boys hanging out, a couple of fellas having drinks, and well, decided we put on our video, all of our cameras. So, I put on my camera, Jack put on his camera, Anthony put on his camera, and then Marcus didn't put on his camera. And we were like, Marcus, what the fuck? Put on your camera. But he was like, I can't. I'm on Air Force One with Joe Biden. I can't, expose secrets of the U.S.
President
government.
Joe Biden,
Yeah,
you've heard
President
of him.
Joe Biden. Maybe some of you guys have heard.
Never.
And so we're like, bruh. I mean, we want to see you with President Joe Biden, so just do it. And so he was like, okay, fine. I hope you guys enjoyed the impression there. It sounded just like him. And so we ended up, we saw his camera came on, and it was weird because it was like Marcus, but he looked strange. His eyes had a weird red glow to them. But other than that, it looked like a slightly just off Marcus. And next to him stood an old man who also is the
almost dead looking.
Oh yeah, honestly, we thought it was a skeleton. We thought it was a zombie, something. We thought Marcus was in danger. But however, it's just the highest power of office was standing behind him, and so we were like, "Oh, Joe Biden, you're here. Cool. It's the real Joe Biden." And he was like, "Yeah, hi guys, I'm the real Joe Biden."
Yeah.
And so we
Big
did
fan
talk.
of the show, Joe
yeah,
Biden.
Joe Biden. He's a huge fan of the show. However, what ended up happening though, we tried. We were talking to Marcus, but he seemed just so off. Until eventually, Jack, I think you know what happens next the best.
Absolutely, I do. My razor sharp memory.
Yeah, it's burned into your eyes and burned into your
so
mind.
what happened? I'll never forget it. What happened was his skin sort of started melting. We're like, "You good, man? You sweating? Is it hot
Like
on there?"
Indiana
And,
Jones.
Yeah, exactly. Like fucking what's it called? Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Yeah.
And
It was terrifying.
it was horrible. And then his skin melted away, and his luscious afro fell apart. And
Many
what was
pieces.
left was this disturbing creature with the face of like a round bulldog, but with like almost these like chimpish features, and he had scales all over his body with like bits of hair poking through it. It's like almost giving him like burnt Van Buren mutton chops, And this creature, it stood up. Of course, Joe Biden, President Joe Biden, fan of the show, was right behind him, and he was terrified. He'd never seen anything like it.
Well, he couldn't really see that well after all his eyes are kind of going, so he couldn't
That's
really
true,
see
yeah.
clearly what was going on.
Yeah, he's got cataracts. He's like an
Yeah.
old dog.
Yeah.
Jesus.
He's the president. Who cares? He and this creature turned around, and we could see it had these like bat wings on the back of it that were sprawling out like 6-foot wingspan, and it grabbed President Joe Biden, fan of the show, like held him tight, screeched, and then shot out the window of Air Force One.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's
So,
they had actually left the Air Force One window open as they were flying, so that they could get
Yeah.
a nice breeze in there. You guys know how it is, but it was just enough space for what we now know of, because what Jack forgot to mention is before grabbing the head of office, President Joe Biden, and flying through the 1-foot window, it stood up and just called out very loudly, "Anthony, would you like to repeat its phrase?"
I
know
Big
it's burned into your
Bungus.
Mm-hmm.
I am
Exactly.
Big Bungus. I now have Marcus and the real President Joe Biden.
fan of the show.
Yeah, fan of the show. Fan of the show. That is the exact words that the Big Bungus said. So we don't know. We know that he was flying somewhere over like South Carolina around the time. So if anyone out there from South Carolina, if you see a man, a dog with wings and glowing red eyes and
bulldog monkey lizard with bat
thing,
wings.
could you just tell him, hey, can we have our Marcus back? We just kind of want to see it again.
We'll keep you all updated.
Yeah, we were thinking about it. And, like, obviously that wasn't Marcus. I mean, I hope it wasn't, because if it was, then he's gone seriously fucked up on that alien ship. But
I don't know if he's going to be allowed back on if it is.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
But-
it definitely wasn't Marcus. After all, he did put on like a spacesuit afterwards with a single like window hole in the front and just 2 legs, and started walking around and fixing things on the Air Force One afterwards. So it was kind of cool.
Okay.
But
I'm gonna-
But what
let's-
I don't understand is how we couldn't tell that Marcus was in fact an imposter.
He
And
was an
there's the
imposter.
Among Us reference. We've gotten all of that. This has all been leading up to an Among Us joke, everyone. A 100th
All right.
Among Us joke.
Everyone
of
take a
the
drink?
Show. Yep.
I'm gonna-
This is number 100 Among Us joke.
I'm going to stop this before it gets out of control. And I actually had a quick reading that I wanted to do, because I
Ooh.
never check YouTube comments, and I apologize. And specifically, I would like to apologize to Short Trainy Bitch on YouTube for not seeing this comment. But we received a theory from Short Trainy Bitch on our podcast Conspiracy Theories, episode 18, fucking 3 weeks ago, and I never saw it until today. So I'd like to read it real quick. I'll try to get through this fast, but it's a lot, and we'll see how much this person got right. Anyway, so this says, I have a theory about what happened to Marcus. My theory is that Chris, Anthony, and Jack are holding Marcus hostage for aliens. Hear me out. At the start of this episode, there were jokes being made about having to change the name to Kraja or Kaja. Remember this. So, at 29 minutes 56 seconds, Marcus's interruption happens during the talk of the Mandela effect. We're talking about the radio interference that we received. Static happens. He's talking about a taco, and he's probably being abducted by aliens. Also, probably high. The week of Monday, May 18th, Jack, Anthony, and Chris all met up to get tacos with Marcus, then got high, summoning aliens to abduct Marcus at the countryside of Chris's house, which explains why there was no episode that week. At 30 minutes 24 seconds, the interruption ends, which nobody was fazed by. About 5 minutes later, Chris brings up UFO sightings, which leads into the talk of aliens. That all 3 of you contribute to this conversation with something about aliens. Skipping over the rest of that stuff. At 49 minutes 48 seconds, Chris starts to say something along the lines of, quote unquote, finding out they live a double life, like, oh wow, you killed someone, something like that. Anthony and Jack are like, that's not the same thing, while Chris says he has to disagree. Another detail is that Cram Jam, the name, forget the jam part, specifically Cram, the beginning part with the joke about having to change the name, the R in Chris's name is the 3rd letter. The part where Marcus's interruption ends is at 30 minutes and 24 seconds. Both numbers, 30 and 24, being multiples of 3. Without Marcus, it's 3 people on the podcast. Chris, joking, quote unquote, about a double life and how people you know for a while bringing up the conspiracy theories are similar to finding out someone you've known for a while killed someone. Jack also talking about the Paul McCartney theory at the beginning, then at the end announcing how special guests are going to be in the podcast. Parentheses, perhaps it's a contest to figure out a new person to steal Marcus's place. Chris mentioned that he lives on the countryside, probably with a lot of space too. I don't know. Hide someone? Or hold someone hostage so that when the aliens come to collect that person, nobody would notice anything suspicious. Each one's motive. Anthony. He was sick and tired with Marcus taking too long to introduce himself. Jack, done with the Among Us jokes. Chris, unclear.
So
That's a solid fucking theory.
I gotta say,
That's
well, no, there is a
incredible.
single flaw. There's a single flaw that I can notice, and that is the statement, the Among Us. Because obviously Marcus's disappearance has not quelled a single one, because we had the entire beginning of this episode was an Among Us reference. So if anything, it has brought about more. However,
so take that, short trainee bitch.
yeah. So exactly, disprove.
Guys, can we end the episode here? I'm kind of scared right now.
Yeah, I gotta go. I got some shit I gotta take care of. Also, if you guys didn't know, Short Trainee Bitch is actually President Joe Biden, fan of the show's alt account on YouTube. So
it's his burner account.
He contacted us in person to let us know. So
fan of the show.
Fan of the show.
All right. Anyway, today's topic is cryptids. We're talking about cryptids. Chris, why don't you take it away?
I'm starting. All right. So I got a bit of a funky one. So I have personally kind of gotten into looking into cryptids because I just think that a lot of them are goofy and fun. Like I don't really necessarily believe in them per se, but I definitely think that the stories are really cool. So I'm gonna be talking about something called the Enfield Horror. This guy, I'm gonna send a picture to you guys here. You guys will get to see him. This guy was seen. It was in Illinois.
Tiny,
the town.
low-res photo.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I tried, man.
I'm
all
doing
the best I can.
That's what cryptids are.
Here. I got this. This is better. I had clicked on like the.
If I remember to, I'll add these in our post on Instagram.
There it is.
So if you're listening to this, check our Instagram, and these photos might be in there.
So that gentleman there is the Enfield Horror. So it's described as having 3 legs, being of white or grayish slimy skin, short claws and red eyes. And apparently this dude saw, so this guy was outside of his house, and, he saw something weird moving through, like, the underbrush. And so he kind of went to go get closer, and what he saw, this here is the artist's recreation of what the guy saw. If the photo's up, you guys can see it. But it was this 3-legged gray creature with tiny arms that hopped away after he shot at it it covered 100 meters in 3 hops, he said. So it could jump huge distances, or maybe it was 50 meters. It changes with every story because it's a cryptid.
It's got a hell of a leap.
Exactly. It changes with every story because it's a cryptid. So he...
This thing looks like a Star Wars background character.
It really does. It looks like a Star Wars creature. But he says that he hit it. And he saw that there was blood and fur and stuff like that remaining because he shot it. And so, there was evidence, there was blood from, this thing having been shot, and there was tracks that were unlike anything else in the area. So plenty of, then there was other accounts later on. Other people ended up seeing this thing, and it was about the same report, although its physical description was slightly different, like the top half of it. The bottom half, it was always 3 legs, could jump really far, and had tiny arms, or like little arms, and so it was like everyone had the same exact kind of around description.
What city and state was this in?
This is Illinois, and this is in, now you probably won't believe this, Enfield, Illinois. This is
Enfield, Illinois.
Yeah, the Enfield Horror. And
it's a solid name, I gotta say. As far as cryptid names go, that's
exactly.
I like
cool.
that.
It's not a bad design either. There is a guy that was, of course, skeptical about this whole thing, but there was plenty of sightings of it, so everyone was like, "Oh, it's got to be real." So people did some investigating. Turns out this other guy ends up hearing about this, who apparently had owned an albino pet kangaroo. Who lived nearby.
Hold the fuck up. I was literally thinking, and I was about to say it. The reason I asked where this is because I was thinking, I was like, maybe it's just a kangaroo. I asked you because I wanted to make sure this wasn't in Australia.
Yep. So it wasn't in Australia, but it was most
It was
likely
still a kangaroo.
albino kangaroo
So
that had
fucking funny.
escaped. However,
That this guy shot.
However, it got away. However, the guy that shot had been stationed in Australia for like 10 years prior to this, and had actually
Really?
owned a pet kangaroo himself, so he was very familiar with kangaroos, and he stands firm on his belief that it wasn't a kangaroo. And the guy also hates talking to people about it. He hates the attention from it. He genuinely doesn't like it, how many people, how many interviews and all that. He doesn't like the attention. Or he didn't. He's dead now, I believe. But rest in peace,
You
sir.
know, I've got my own. When did this theory originate, by the way?
This was in, sorry, let me look. There's a 1973.
Okay. I have my own theory surrounding this. I think this guy just killed somebody. And then he thought the easiest way to explain the blood on his fucking territory was...
Well, it was blood and
Yeah,
fur that he brought
I shot a
attention to.
mysterious monster. Yeah, but he could have just like thrown some fur on the ground and been like, yeah, this was the Enfield horror. Definitely not my neighbor that I shot in the head.
Well, but like he's
and
the one.
And then he hates. And then you tell me he hates getting interviews about it. This guy
That's
killed
true.
somebody.
That's true. I mean, he probably
That's
did
fair.
kill somebody. I mean, he was a military man. However, the thing is like he was the one that called the cops originally after seeing it. Like he immediately called the police, and
That's not
so-
uncommon.
Yeah, which is true. So maybe that's the thing. But other people did describe the same creature. Now they could have just
Yeah,
been
but
attention
those people could have just been clout
Yeah,
chasing, man.
exactly.
Running on this guy's coattails of
So
getting
you don't.
hot on the Enfield monster.
You won't even.
whatever.
You're a conspiracy theorist. You don't even believe in what the other investigators found. You think it was all a cover.
No. Yeah, I raise your conspiracy theory with my own conspiracy theory.
Ah, I see.
Yeah.
Well,
Get fucked.
yeah. I mean, what do you guys at home think? Do you guys agree? Are you guys idiots? Let us know in the
Comment
comments
if you're
below.
guys idiots.
Anyways,
You guys agree with Jack or? Yeah.
yeah. Anyways, Jack. Speaking of which, why don't you tell us what you got for us right now, then?
Oh, I'd love to. So I've got the Fresno Nightcrawler, which it sounds cool, doesn't it?
Nope.
It looks not. The Fresno Nightcrawler, also known as the Fresno Alien, is a cryptid that has made two appearances. Excuse me, 2 appearances so far. One in Fresno, California, and the other in Yosemite National Park, also in California. In both sightings, it's only seen in video footage. However, a man in Poland also claims to have seen the creature. In Poland, I guess.
Oh,
It is said to resemble the Carmel area creature. Hold on, let me open that link because I've never seen this photo. Yeah, if you haven't seen a photo of this thing, give me
It's
1
kind of
second.
horriful. I just sent a photo in
It's-
chat.
I think it's kind of
Listen,
cute.
it's not.
It's
Look
kind
at
of
it.
cute.
Look at this
but-
fucking thing.
Okay, but like if it was like
It's-
full, if it was like giant, like
kinda
kind of
cute.
some of the photos depict it, like if that thing was massive
Yeah.
walking towards you, why is there a?
By the way,
Hydra?
I went to the fucking Carmel area creature because it said that it's similar. It looks the exact same, and also it's linked at the end of the appearance. It resembles the Fresno Nightcrawler. So there's this never-ending back and forth between these two creatures
Wonderful.
on cryptid fandom.
Okay,
You see,
real
that's
quick.
but
look
that's
at
not
that.
what it looks like. It
But
doesn't
that-
look like a skeleton,
that's
man.
what some people have described it as, apparently. Or like, I mean, all the descriptions look very different. I'll say every single photo
Sure.
I've seen of this so far has looked entirely different, except for the fact that it just has 2 legs. But
Right.
a lot of them do look kind of squiddy, not skeleton-y. If it was like this guy, that's horrifying.
Here's the thing. It says the creature was also spotted in Yosemite, where footage was again taken from what appears to be another security camera. This time there are 2 creatures, one being very small, less than half a meter, and the feet of the other creatures can be clearly seen. I don't know what the fuck that means.
Say that,
But,
say that again.
I can't... It says the feet of the other creatures can be clearly seen.
What the hell?
It's feet like body parts.
Yeah.
And
thank you.
either way, it doesn't make sense. Explanations. Some people say it could be an alien or an extraterrestrial being. Some say a new species, possibly a primate with short arms. A misidentified deer standing upright.
I just saw a photo of someone saying that was what it was. It looks
Someone
so weird.
says that it could just be pants.
Pants?
Yeah, you seen that Jimmy Neutron episode?
Yeah.
A bird walking like a crane, or a person wearing big pants and walking on stilts. I love the explanations more than it being just a real thing. But I think that it's just hilarious, and it looks hilarious.
It does.
There's a drawing here that shows it like drawn with like a rounded head and then just long legs with like high heels.
It just looks kind of goofy, but like here
I think
also
it's funny.
It would be funny, but now picture you're in the dark woods, you're walking along, and then that thing
There's no one
just
around
comes
and your phone is
sprinting.
dead.
Yeah, no one around and your phone is dead, and that thing comes sprinting up from behind you, Shia LaBeouf style. Would you
Exactly.
not shit your pants? Because I feel like still, like if I saw that thing and it was like big, if it was like taller than me, that would like, okay, I feel like it's scary if it's human sized or more. Any shorter than a human and it's just blah. You know, it's just kind of
Yeah.
goofy. I'd kick it in the
Also,
fucking teeth.
my theory, it kind of looks like, you ever seen those pictures of like an owl, but they've lifted up its like bottom feathers and it's got those long
Yeah.
legs?
Yeah.
Kind of got that look to it.
Yeah. See, okay,
I hate the
feel
baby.
like,
I hate the photos of baby owls. You know what I'm talking about?
oh god, they're awful.
Yes.
Oh, those are terrifying motherfuckers. Like
God.
owls, they cute as fuck. Owls, they're kind of sick. They're kind of cool, you know. Baby owls, get the fuck away from me. Get the fuck away from me.
They're one of those creatures that the babies are hideous, but the adults are cute. Like they're just awful. Okay, I feel like we should. I know this. We're already into our second one, but I feel like we should rate these on how well we could kick the shit out of them.
The Fresno Nightcrawler is dead.
Yeah,
for sure.
and I'm
Absolutely.
standing by my statement before. If it's human or larger sized, you know, I feel like it just has a fear factor chance, and those spiky feet could probably do some damage. But if it's smaller than a human, that thing's getting a kick right to that fucking globe head of itself.
right
It's
to it,
done.
right in its little crawler groin.
With
Yeah.
see the kangaroo looking motherfucker. I get the Enfield horror. I could see that being kind of terrifying. Looks like he
yeah.
can take a couple of bullets. You know, he's got razor
Yeah.
sharp teeth. He might be
Yeah,
fast
apparently
as fuck.
apparently it took a bullet and still ran away fine, you know, and
Right,
they didn't
yeah,
find
yeah.
a body.
Yeah.
So like this thing apparently is durable, you know, big teeth, but tiny arms. So I feel like you just get on the thing's back and you just start stabbing at the eyes, the glowing red
like a
eyes, as
crocodile
always.
almost.
I
Yeah.
feel like you could trap it very easily.
Yeah,
Because
I
it only
feel
has
like-
it only has 3 legs. It doesn't really have arms.
Right.
Yeah, well, it has like everyone
I don't
said
know.
it had
I feel
little
like
arms,
I feel like that thing could climb up trees and stuff, though. You know.
but apparently it just
yeah.
jumped. So like, I mean, we're going based on what we know of the thing. It's land dwelling, so like we can climb up the tree and like get an ambush attack on it probably.
But it can jump. It's got hella hops.
Hella
Yeah,
hops.
but like if you're riding on that thing's back, you ride it like a bull and just start wailing on its head. Like let's assume we're
I
hand-to-hand
think you
combat.
try. I think you should try to get beat the Enfield horror in a pickup basketball game.
Yes, true.
Because
Challenge
he's
it.
got no arms, so you'd fuck him up.
Yeah, but he does have the hops. He could hold it in his mouth and dunk from the other side of the court.
That's true. That is
Like
true.
my man.
But that'd be carrying.
Actually,
That'd be traveling though. That'd be traveling. He'd
oh,
get
that's
flagged.
true.
That's
well,
not
no,
how basketball.
no, because he's jumping.
If you're in the air, you're not traveling.
I
Yeah,
mean, if he's in the air, then sure. But if he's running down the court with the ball in his mouth,
Well, yeah,
he ain't
no.
dribbling that shit.
But he doesn't
You
run
could win.
though. It
You could win
jumps away.
purely by fouls.
Absolutely. And
every
that-
time he runs past you, pretend like he just like elbow checked you in the mouth.
Oh yeah, just play like a soccer
also,
player.
sharp ass teeth. He's gonna pop that fucking ball.
That's true.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
got to
that's
hold
true.
hold
That's
it
true.
carefully, like a golden retriever with an egg in its
Mm-hmm.
mouth.
That's true. That's true. Yeah. So
All
if
right. Yeah,
the
Anthony,
fight
what
is
have
in
you got?
basketball, if the fight's in basketball, we definitely take that shit.
The Nightcrawler,
Absolutely.
however, he looks like he could be fast, but what is it gonna do? What is it gonna do?
But can it be fast? It's probably real top heavy.
I mean,
What?
maybe.
Doesn't have much center of
Most of
gravity.
its mass is the legs, though. Those legs are thick.
Yeah, but it doesn't have any like forward momentum because if it leans forward, it's just gonna fall over.
I feel like the legs have more mass than the top. It's like a weird reverse penis where it's got.
I
two
don't know.
penises
If we're
and
going,
one
if we're
testicle.
going off the real, like supposedly real image, that thing does not look like it's fast. Also, it's called a night crawler, so I assume they don't move fast generally.
That's true.
Unless they have
If-
some sort
wait.
of like power or screech or
Yeah.
something, then it's fucked. You know what I mean?
It's got no mouth.
Now let's go based
Doesn't
on
mean
the
it can't, like,
bottom image
scream.
now. If the Nightcrawler looked like that, say it's human-sized, looking
Yeah.
like a weird skeleton motherfucker with this big gaping mouth hole thing,
Sure.
like it
With
shows
Ninja
here,
Turtle feet.
with Ninja Turtle feet. I mean, it's got the Ninja Turtle feet. It's already gonna kick the shit out of us at
Yeah,
least.
that thing can probably run. That thing's probably got
That thing's-
monstrous
yeah.
calves.
That thing's demolished us. Oh no, its calves are tiny. You see it. Its calves are. Its legs are
It's a
not
drawing.
strong. Shh. Nah. We're going based on the drawing. I just said based on the bottom drawing here.
All right.
Make sure you guys follow along on Instagram.
Yeah, my bad. Anyways, Anthony, what do you got?
Have you guys heard of the legend Mothman?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, I have.
I
Classic.
I absolutely have forgotten everything I've ever heard of Mothman. I just know of its existence. I'm pretty sure there's a street near us that is like named after Mothman. I'm pretty sure. Don't quote me on that, but I remember someone telling me about it. Like we were just walking downtown, and they're like, "Oh yeah, that's off of Mothman." I'm like, "What is Mothman?"
I've got the Mothman description here. If you want me to read that.
Oh, go for it, because I'm looking at this and like it's awful. So go for it. You all you.
In West Virginia folklore, the Mothman is a creature reportedly seen in the Point Pleasant area from November 15th, 1966 to December 15th, 1967. So it was only seen within a year. The first newspaper report was published in the Point Pleasant Register, dated November 16th, 1966, titled "Couples See Man-Sized Bird Creature Something." National press soon picked up the reports and helped spread the story across the United States. I think Mothman is fucking awesome.
Agree.
Sick
Yeah.
as fuck.
Absolutely.
And like the whole thing
There's
about
a
him is.
festival!
Yep.
Oh yeah.
I'd like to go there.
The annual Mothman Festival.
And like and so like in the original story with Mothman, because I actually just revisited this when I was revisiting Cryptids, they talk about how they tried to drive away the couple. They saw it in like the red glowing eyes in the back of their car, of course, and so they started driving away, and the thing caught up with them immediately and was just chasing them, you know, and kind of making this weird screeching noise at them all the way
Sure.
until they got to town. So this thing is fast as fuck.
Let me read this description of it. On November 15th of 1966, two young couples from Point Pleasant, West Virginia, Roger and Linda, and Steve and Mary, told the police that they saw a large gray creature whose eyes glowed red when their headlights picked it up. They described it as a large flying man with 10-foot wings. Following their car, they were driving in an outside area of town known as the TNT area, which is a former World War II munitions plant. Pretty cool. During the next
I
few
looked this up. Go ahead.
During the next few days, other people reported similar sightings. Two volunteer firemen who saw it said it was a large bird with eyes. Well, most birds have eyes, you fucking dumbasses.
Large bird, also with eyes. Had wings,
It's
too.
a large bird that we call Mothman.
Yeah. Also, a lot of the photos of this thing I feel like people don't know what a fucking moth looks like.
That's I'm
Yeah.
thinking the same thing.
It's got bat wings.
Well, I mean,
It looks
yeah.
like
Well,
fucking man bat.
Another name for it is the winged man. There's apparently a movie,
Yeah,
The
but Mothman's
Mothman
cooler.
Prophecies.
Yeah, that's what I was just looking at. It looks like shit.
That makes sense. It was in 2002. Anyways, oh yeah, you go first.
have
You
we
go first.
have we mentioned what the theory behind why this guy appears is?
No.
Because there's a
No.
whole theory. Okay, so people believe because Mothman sightings happened a lot after the original ones in this area. It was actually quite
Sure.
common, which is why there's even a festival.
Across the
it
United States, I
happened-
believe, right?
Yeah, but it wasn't common yet. So it was happening all the time until suddenly a major bridge in that city collapsed, and it was a big tragedy. And then Mothman wasn't seen
The Silver
again.
Bridge.
Yeah, the Silver Bridge. It wasn't seen again until years and years later. I believe it was in another area where sightings started up again, up until another tragedy. And so it's believed that it appears before tragedies as a kind of a warning, you know. So it's not necessarily malicious, but it appears to warn others. Although, why would it chase after a whole fucking car, like,
Yeah.
screech and attack if that's
Well, he
the
liked
case?
he liked the headlights. He was interested.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe-
That's true.
Oh, it's a moth. It goes after lights.
Yeah. Yeah.
Absolutely. You know about that, Anthony.
Shut the fuck up.
You're a
Well,
lamp.
now.
Shut the fuck
So.
up.
All right.
Oh yeah. What are you? What happened?
Anthony's a cryptid on his own.
Yeah, Anthony. I mean, he doesn't have a face. We've seen it. We've seen him. He just has this fucking lamp.
We've seen the lack of it.
He
That leads me
refuses
to my
take
next
it off.
cryptid.
Wait,
That
real
leads me
quick.
to my
You
next
guys have
cryptid.
heard
Go for
of
it.
you guys have heard of Mothman? Have you guys heard of this gentleman right here, the Mantis Man?
What the fuck is that?
7-foot tall bug-like creature, reported in Hackettstown, New Jersey.
This is clearly like a statue.
Yes. Well, this is a statue of it, you know, that like a statue
Okay.
recreation, you know, because this is not a very popular one. Here is a better photo of the thing. Here's a better photo here. Mr. Mantis
I'm
Man.
not linking Mothman because you all know what fucking Mothman looks
You guys
like.
can all look up Mothman, but Mantis Man here. Mantis Man is just a big praying mantis as a man. So it's just they heard about Mothman and they wanted their own thing, but they were like, what other bugs?
This
Now,
is clearly a photo of a creek with a
With a
mantis
fake- yeah.
painted onto it.
Yep.
Yeah,
Yep.
of course. So
That's cool though.
It does
but
look sick.
here, let's review these two creatures though. Now, you know,
Why he
before-
look?
'cause
Why
Anthony
he look
said
like the
has
thing
another
from
one.
Ben 10?
That's good.
Y'all know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
I do know what you're talking about. Hold on, I gotta look up Ben 10.
We now know the actual
Mantis.
origin. This is actually just a 10-year-old boy with a watch.
God, never give a 10-year-old boy a watch.
Yep,
Yeah, no.
yep. I'm looking at it right now. That is exactly what this looks like.
Jack, can you put up the photo from Ben 10 as just one of the images of Mantis Man and just
Crash
you know,
Hopper. Yeah.
not make it.
I'll put it
clear
up as
which
the
one it
only
is?
image of Mantis.
No, put up all 3 images, but only one of them. Only one. Like, put up 3 images. 2 of them are of the Ben 10 character, and one of them is of actual Mothman, and people have to, or not Mothman, of Mantis Man, and people have to figure out which one's which.
I've just found an image that is like the praying mantis thing from Ben 10 mixed with Ahsoka Tano.
No.
I just linked it.
Why?
What the
Looks
fuck?
horrible.
Okay,
Is
that's a
this-
cryptid. All right, let's rate it. Could we kick the shit out of it, Jack? Send a photo so we can tell. Yeah, all
No,
right.
it's got a lot of arms.
It's also
It
Ahsoka
does.
Tano. There's no way.
Yeah, so it has the
Oh, yeah.
Force. This is the one that kills us all.
It's got the dual white bladed lightsabers.
Yeah.
Dual.
Um,
It can wield fucking 6.
It's true. Well, not really. Those are more like feelers in the middle.
Yeah. All right. Mothman. I feel like kick the shit out of
Oh,
us.
no.
It can fly 40
No, no, no.
miles an
No.
hour.
We're fucking dead
We're
instantly.
dead.
Absolutely.
Like that thing.
But
that
I
thing,
don't think Mothman is malicious.
It-
Mostly
yeah,
because
no.
I'd like to imagine that he isn't because I like him. But
Yeah, he
Right,
seems
right,
he
right.
seems to be more of like just a warning guy. Mantis Man. Nah. Nah,
we're
man.
dead.
Nah, those fucking claws and the body
Oh,
armor,
no.
we are fucked. I think
We,
I,
we
vicious
could
creature.
we could make fun of him though, and then like lead him to self-deprecation.
Yeah, we could. It's like the
That's
end
true.
of it too.
we just keep making
we just
fun
call
of
him a
him.
shitty mantis and then he kills himself.
Yeah, we just keep making fun of him. We got it. Actually, he's fucked. Mantis
Yeah,
Man is
and
fucked.
he drowns himself in this creek.
All right, that leads me to my next cryptid that I have planned. Now,
Okay.
many have heard of this legend. In fact, there's tons of video evidence. This cryptid came out just a couple of, like, I believe months ago, maybe in this last year. Very popular over the app TikTok, if you've ever heard of such a thing. TikTok is an app that is used mainly to find cryptids. This cryptid dwells in New York City, and he goes by the name of Buddy the Rat.
Oh my god. The only cryptid confirmed to be real.
Now, personally, this is my favorite cryptid. Buddy the Rat is a rat humanoid dressed in a suit with the head and the tail of a rat. He goes around.
He wears like a Napoleon Dynamite prom suit.
he goes around the city of New York just doing rat things, but also being a human. It's wildly crazy. Tons of people have gotten video evidence of this creature because it doesn't care about being witnessed. He rides subways. He goes across the street. He picks up enormously large pizzas. He just stands on top of trash cans. It's quite frankly the best cryptid in the world, next to of course Lamb Goat.
Well, I mean, because he's confirmed. It's confirmed.
Yeah, he's confirmed.
Yeah, it's real.
Absolutely.
This is now.
Honestly,
I'm not gonna
something about what is his name? Buddy the Rat.
Buddy the Rat.
Yeah, Buddy the Rat.
Something about Buddy the Rat gives me more SCP vibes than he gives
Yeah,
me
honestly,
cryptid vibes.
honestly, he makes
SCPs
it does
are
feel like an
cryptids,
SCP.
aren't they?
Oh no,
I don't know.
SCPs are their own thing. They're all just nobody believes in them really. I don't think because they're all just people writing horror stories. However, I'm not gonna lie to you. Buddy the Rat will get his shit kicked out of him. This man doesn't. We already know he's peaceful. We
How
already know
dare
all
you.
he does is fucking chill. Oh, look at him. I mean,
Look, we may not want to fight him, but if we had to, he's
if we
going fucking
he's
down.
going. He's fucking dead. Like we're that's what we're doing with everything here. Buddy the Rat, love him to death, but Buddy the Rat is going Buddy the Splat. He's fucking stepped on and dead. I don't want him in my town. I don't want him in my city. Get him
What
outta
the
here.
fuck?
Get him out of here. He's down. I'm kicking him out.
I
This
cannot
is
believe
my
the
town now.
disrespect that we're experiencing.
Honestly, I'm so upset right now. This is.
I mean, it's not that I want to. It's not that I
you
want
just said
to.
get him out of my town.
Yeah, no. It's
You
if
don't
I'm
want
if
him
I'm
here.
put in the if I'm put in
You
this
don't want Buddy
situation
the
where
Rat.
we are a 1v1 fight to the death, my man's. I'm just saying. I will not hold back. I will kill a rat if I have to. If I am
my
put in the
God.
situation for this giant pizza, I'm taking the giant pizza. That thing will feed me and my family of 12 for a week. All of my children.
Anyway,
will
you
be
guys
fed.
want to hear about Old
Fallacies.
Ned?
Old Ned.
No.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah, I love Old Ned.
Old Ned, also known as the Lake Utopia monster, is a lake monster that allegedly inhabits Lake Utopia in New Brunswick, Canada. Creature has been described as a bulky 20-foot in length, having a large head, being reddish brown or dark red in color. Cryptozoologist Norma Stewart claims that the last sighting of the Lake Utopia monster reported to her was in 2000. Last sighting of the creature reported in the newspapers was 1996.
Hold on.
Believes the creature travels back and forth
Hold
to
on.
it's almost done. Back and
Okay.
forth between Lake Utopia and the Atlantic Ocean every 3 to 5 years. Man, there's a lot of lore behind this. Possibly for a breeding or feeding cycle. Stewart also notes that the creature, quote unquote, loves to bask and is never vicious either.
Just sounds like
There's
a whale.
no photo of this thing.
Well, I'm finding some like drawings here, because I mean, there's no photos of any of these, other than
Can
like,
we
the really
can we talk
recent
about
ones.
that woman's her title, cryptozoologist? That's her
Yeah, that's a
job
thing.
title.
That's
Yeah.
a thing.
Yo, no offense to her, but that's crazy.
So this thing is basically like what those photos that you see of like fish just beginning to walk in prehistory, but it's gigantic.
That
Like,
is absolutely enormous.
Why is it called Old Ned? It's just a fish with legs.
I mean, that's his name.
Why is it called fucking
was
Moby
born
Dick? Who knows?
No, his mom named him Ned, and he's old.
That's
It's-
fair.
I
That's
think
true.
that's the most obvious. Like, I think the moral of the question is why. I think they just saw a whale and they just assumed it had legs. I think
It's
they just
possible
saw
because
wrong.
these drawings are old as shit.
Well,
Oh,
there's
yeah,
also that
absolutely.
first drawing. I'm not even sure if that's a drawing of Old Ned, honestly, because I looked up Lake Utopia monster, and the only one that I'm sure is of the Lake Utopia monster is the one that says Monster Summer there, because it's
Right.
on the cryptid fandom as the photo for Lake Utopia monster.
This
and
last
the only
this,
one.
this last photo you sent looks like just a book we read in high school, like 6th grade.
Uh huh.
Yeah. 6th grade and high school are different.
Thank you. I forgot.
I didn't know that. But here,
sorry,
we don't know what this thing. I mean, we don't have too good of a vision, but we know that it's a big whale-looking fellow with legs. So I'm just gonna be honest. Like they said, it's not vicious, but I feel like if you were in a fight to the death where both of you are attacking each other already, like, I mean,
I'm gonna assume this thing's gonna swallow you whole.
Yeah.
So
like,
you could just survive in there,
do?
throw a C4 down, and did you know that a guy actually was swallowed by a whale recently? This is
Yeah,
completely off topic.
I saw that.
It's a real thing that could
And
happen.
he was like started like punching its insides in order to get out.
Somebody was bitten by a shark yesterday, actually. But the shark was friendly and let him go.
Oh well, good for the shark.
He said,
Thanks, bud.
He said, "I would be alive if the shark wasn't so nice." That is a quote directly from this man.
He is not wrong.
Yeah, that's a homie right there.
I've just got one more. I don't have like there's way too much lore on this creature to even talk about like right now, but just I really like the name, and it's stuck with me for years since I was a child. The Australian bunyip.
Yes, the bunyip
is a bog monster. Also known in Australia as billabongs. It floats around this one specific one, which the name escapes me, but it's had a lot of different descriptions. Some show it as like a sort of panther creature with the back of like a fish. It's usually hairy. It's got big fangs and shit. No glowing red eyes, unfortunately.
Hippo.
Oh, that's not a cryptid then. It can't be. They all have to have glowing red eyes.
Yeah, there's so many drawings of this thing, and they're all so different.
They really are. Not a single one. This one just looks like a weird. This one's just a diprotodon. It's the an ancient koala.
Yeah.
They just
looks like a fucking saber-toothed tiger.
Yeah,
but with webbed feet.
that's exactly what that looks like. With fucking.
So yeah, I just think the name is funny.
Oh wait.
Can we real quick just shout out Australia? Y'all have lived through so much. Like, shout out Australia. You guys are the real
Absolutely.
ones.
Good job, guys.
Uh-huh.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Australia, if you're listening, and we know you are. Keep it up. Keep up the good work.
Australia.
Yeah,
Australia.
good stuff, guys.
Can we get a round of applause for Australia? Thank you. All right.
Three claps just came out of your microphone.
One of the only places in the world without a racist back history. Love that.
That is absolutely not true.
That is not true.
Really?
in the least
It's
bit.
very far
What
from
are you
true.
talking
How do you mean?
about?
No,
They're still very racist there.
There
What,
was
did they
the
ever have-
Aborigines
did they ever
got slaughtered.
did they ever
the
have
aber-
slaves or anything?
Yeah, I mean they.
I don't know about
absolutely
slavery, but-
discriminated against the Aborigines when they were first
I think it was
Europeans
less.
first moved there.
I think it was less of a slavery thing and more of a like Native Americans thing.
They did use them as workers, I believe.
Yeah, that
Damn
doesn't
it.
surprise me.
Damn
They
it!
did
Fuck
use
you,
them as
Australia. Fuck Australia, dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Australia, if you're listening, and we know you are, why don't you go fuck yourself?
Honestly.
Yeah,
dude.
Australia. Audience, could we get some booze for Australia, please? Thank you. All right.
All my homies hate Australians.
Y'all are upside down and shit. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Fall off the earth already.
Yeah, just fucking.
I do like your penguins though. Can you send them over?
Anyway, we have any speed rounds?
I'd like to throw in this movie real quick. It's one of my favorite indie films on Netflix. It's called The Ritual, and it hosts. I can't really call it a cryptid, but if you saw it, you'd be like, "That's a cryptid." Anyways, The
It
Ritual
looks very much like a cryptid.
Yes, The
Yeah.
Ritual, beautiful, absolutely funny movie. It's so not. But give it a look. Look-sees. It's very very good. It takes place in Norway and Sweden. It's in English. People die. It's fun. There's a cult. You know the
Nice.
basics. Swedish stuff.
Chris?
I just sent this photo of the bat squatch. It is exactly what it sounds like. It is the bat squatch. I love this gentleman. He is a great guy.
Villain.
It really
Fucking
is.
Batman
It
villain.
really is. It's found in either the 1880s or the 1980s. One of those. It was in an 80s. But like.
It's just a dire wolf with wings.
Uh huh. Exactly. Like that's.
Or
Christ.
Mothman.
Yeah, Mothman, but a wolf.
I mean,
Looks nothing like Sasquatch. It's just a werewolf with wings. That's it. That's
Well,
all it fucking is.
Werebat. It's just the Werebat from Batman, or
Thank you.
Man Bat. You know, it is just what
Yeah.
it is. This is the literal Man Bat. But
Yep.
I actually, if you don't mind, I actually have some other non-fake creatures that are just as bizarre that seem like cryptids. If y'all want to hear about those.
Yeah, real quick.
That would be called the surprise segment.
Oh, gotcha.
Hey, I had this planned.
prior to us going there, I'd like to mention some a couple of other really cool, in my opinion, cryptids. The monster Elizabeth Lake. If you guys don't know what that is, it's in Palmdale, Los Angeles. The Spanish missionaries called it Laguna del Diablo, or the Devil's Lagoon. Very, very cool. The Lady in White, Bakersfield, California. And La Llorona, some of my favorites.
Of course, there's the classics: Chupacabra, Jersey Devil,
Yeah, exactly.
the all-knowing Sasquatch.
And yeah, I was gonna say Sasquatch, which actually here. Do you guys believe in Sasquatch?
No,
No.
I believe in the theory that there was Sasquatch, but somebody shot it and then didn't tell anybody because they didn't want to get fucked.
I believed in Yetis at one point.
At one point.
At one point in time, I think they existed.
Okay.
I see. Here's the thing: is like there were giant apes on every other major continent, basically. Why wouldn't there be a large ape if there was large apes in South America? Why would there not be any in North America? So I feel like the idea that there could have been large apes and that story could have been passed down through the people, you know, that works. But I feel like the idea that it's a common, you know, thing that we've seen, a man in a suit, that's a little bit more goofy, not gonna lie.
Yeah, could have just been a what's the word I'm looking for? An ancient furry.
That's true. It probably was.
Could have been. It could have been just a furry that somebody shot.
I think it could have existed. I think in the past 100 years, absolutely not.
Yeah, no, it's definitely dead. if it ever did.
Oh yeah.
Could have been a
It was
species.
that long.
Sorry.
No,
I'm not
if
gonna
it were
lie
a
for you
species,
guys.
we would have found it by now. Most of the Northwest America has been searched and discovered already, so they would have found it by now.
So maybe
But
it
if
wasn't
they
the
buried their
US.
dead, if they buried their dead, we would have, or we wouldn't have found fossil evidence yet. So
That
there's
is
the
true.
possibility that they could have gone extinct, and they had buried their dead. If they were intelligent, we wouldn't have, you know, we wouldn't be finding it. So there is that possibility.
Yeah, and they
possibility.
are humanoids, so they could have been relatives to us, you know.
Yeah.
It's
I
true.
mean,
No
we lived at
no
the same
tail.
time as Neanderthals, and we interacted with them.
Right.
Speaking of Neanderthals, so I've gotten kind of on this ancient and slash fake creatures binge recently, because I had this video pop up in my recommended titled "What is the Tully Monster?" And this
I've
here
heard of this.
this here let me send you the photo of the Tully Monster.
Okay, I can't
This
possibly
is a
show all these
real-
photos on Instagram. What the
Yeah, no.
fuck
You guys
is
can look at
that?
this. This is a real creature. This existed in the Cambrian period where everything was fishes.
Why has it got a
and,
handlebar?
That's its eyes. I'm surprised you didn't mention the mouth arm that it has, because it has that thing. It could move around like an arm, and it had a mouth at the end with real teeth and stuff.
This shit
thing
came
was
right out
not
of
very
Spore.
big. Yeah, exactly. That's what I think. It
yeah.
it was not large at all. You know, nothing in this time period was large, but it was like this thing. We don't even know what it was. We don't know if it was a worm. We don't even know whether or not it had a spine. That's actually an argument.
It looks like it has a fin on the back.
Biology. Yeah, it looks
Well, this
so
is an
fucking...
artist rendering.
Yeah. Here, this is, there's another good. It really just looks like a spore creature, which, I guess is maybe spore is a good representation of how shit evolved, maybe, but I don't think so.
I saw somebody make SpongeBob on Spore, so I'm going to say no.
No, obviously, that's a proof that it's a great way to prove. SpongeBob is
All right,
real.
yeah, my
obviously.
bad.
Why else would we
Okay.
have
My
video
favorite
footage of
cryptid is SpongeBob SquarePants.
it? Well, how else could they make the show if he wasn't real? Gosh, Jack.
It's true.
But so yeah, the Tully monster, fucking weird. We don't even know much about it, but this kind of got me on this kick, and it started me looking at old ancient weird worms, and it made me find out about the hallucinogenia, is what this thing is called. And now I'm gonna send you
What?
guys a photo of this. Now, this bad boy.
Why did you link Zelda Dungeon? What was that?
Shut the fuck up.
Holy shit.
This thing was a worm.
So this,
with-
I'm going to describe this
Yeah,
real
you
quick.
go ahead and
This
describe.
This is like a I assume this is large, or no? Well, that's like an
No,
oyster. next
actually,
to it,
give
so
your
maybe not.
give your description first.
It looks
and I'll tell ya.
it looks like a almost like a millipede. It's got like a anteater's mouth with little eyes on the end and tentacles flying off of its neck, and these big like 7 spines coming out of it, and also 7 legs and horse hooves.
On each side, yeah.
So
And little like toad clawed feet. So it was actually like tiny, but everything. This is still in the same time period where the largest creature was like 3 feet long. I think, I believe it was not that large, but there was like the thing is everything at the time was small, so it was still a predator, which is kind of wild to think about. But like these things, if I imagine, like I'm gonna go with my old ranking system. If we're gonna assume this is human sized at now, if this thing was human sized, nah, that thing would fuck you up. Like
No.
it's got 6 little tentacle arms on the front, and then it's got all the like legs on the back, and then it's got all these spines.
And those
also, like,
spines look poisonous.
I've got 2 words for you. Big axe.
Oh, I mean, well,
Big
if
axe
we're gonna
straight
bring
to the
in
neck,
tools,
it's dead.
if we're gonna bring in
Are we
tools,
fighting?
I
Are we
sh-
are we fighting just barehanded?
That's what I was assuming for the rest of these. Other than using weapons such as basketball and the internet for bullying, like we've mostly just done things that we don't need weapons for.
Basketballs and bullying.
Yeah, it's common things. But these guys were just, they look so insane. But not as not as terrifying, utterly terrifying as, I'm just gonna send this photo to you guys right here. Not as the starfish
one.
Anthony just sent, but as,
what?
Nope.
Arthropleura.
Anthony, why don't you describe
here's
this
like
one?
Here, I'll send this photo for a size comparison to us.
Thank you.
Because here's like a recreation.
Okay.
Oh.
So imagine a scorpion snake the size of a human. No, sorry, 3 times the size of a human. And it's fucking terrifying. It's got like little millipede arms and shit. It's got crab-like armor. It's got like little tentacles on it. This thing looks like it fucks, and it fucks hard.
Yeah, this
So
is
real
like a
quick-
snake mixed with a millipede mixed with a crab.
No, it's just a millipede. Guys, this is just a millipede. This is what a millipede would look like if it was huge.
Fuck off.
Yeah,
hate
this is
you.
just a millipede. This is the ancient millipede that is the largest known land invertebrate, I believe, because this thing this thing was massive. It would have been absolutely horrifying. I mean, here's
I like
the
how this dude in
actual-
this picture looks like he's squaring up with it. Like he's
Yeah,
about
he's
to
just
box
ready.
with it.
He's ready to fight.
What is he
I
gonna
mean-
do?
It's covered in armor. Like, this thing is covered in armor. It's
Wow.
it's longer than 2 meters. It's like, it's Yeah, like that thing fucks. That thing fucks.
This thing
That
is
thing
like Bo
fucks.
Burnham sized.
Exactly. It is Bo Burnham size, exactly, and it'll tear you the shit out of you, just like Bo Burnham. Another thing. So, are you guys familiar with the terror birds?
Yes, I am. I just
so,
saw a TikTok recently about this thing.
So the terror birds, for those of you who aren't aware, is not. I believe it's not long after the dinosaurs went out, but it was not long after one of the extinction events.
Yeah, it was past the dinosaur extinction event because the avian creatures were able to survive.
Yeah. This guy came around, and he was quite large, quite larger than a human. If you think of flightless birds, you think of a kind of goofy. Ostriches are kind of scary, but also kind of goofy. Now think of an ostrich and make it look like a raptor, like a velociraptor, but keep its like eagle head, and then you have the terror bird. This thing stood like, I want to say 10 feet to 11 feet tall, ish. Like this thing was massive. This was the prime predator of North America. But the terror bird is pretty well known. I want to introduce you guys to a lesser known bird of this time.
By the way, both the terror bird and the giant millipede, instant claps. You're dead. In seconds.
Yeah, no. This is another one. This is the terror duck. This is Gastornis.
What?
This is Gastornis, and it also fucks.
Its little fucking wings, bro. Look how big its legs are, and then look at its fucking wings.
It's got like T-Rex legs, tiny little chicken wings, and the face of
a duck.
Also a T-Rex mixed with a bird. It's not the face of a duck.
It's got a duckish beak.
I guarantee you, if you took a shotgun and shot that beak, it would not even budge.
No, not at all.
I feel like
it's like
this
a
man,
Kevlar beak.
Like it would be shorter than the terror bird, but it looks like its beak looks better for just annihilating and chomping, like crushing bone.
Oh yeah.
Whereas
that
like the terror bird is more for tearing.
That could cut a clean line right down your fucking torso.
Yeah, the thing would bite you in half without a single thought. Like also because it was brain dead because it was just a big duck, so it didn't have any thoughts.
The fuck did you just send, Anthony?
That is called the longhorned orb weaver spider.
Yeah.
That's disgusting. Also, that's disgusting. That looks like one of those things from fucking Zathura. What you just sent, Chris.
Weird.
Or
Anthony, no, that was
what you just
Anthony.
sent.
That's the goofy goat. That's what that's called.
Jesus Christ.
It's a Sega antelope.
What I just sent here is called the Haast's Eagle. Now, are you guys familiar with the Great Emu War of Australia?
Absolutely.
Of course.
For those of you who are unaware, this is after humans had gotten guns even, I believe. We lost a war, the Australians lost a war against a dumb flightless bird. So that's kind of pitiful, guys. Really, Australia, kind of shameful.
Yeah.
However,
all my homies
maybe
hate
you shouldn't
Australia.
have been. Maybe you shouldn't have been racist, Australia. Maybe then
you
you would
shouldn't
have
have
won
been
against the
upside down.
ostriches.
yeah, us Americans have great place to talk. However, there was another war that was fought on a very nearby island against birds as well. And this was the Haast's Eagle. Now, the Haast's Eagle was one of the largest flighted birds ever to be known. And it actually, it only went extinct about 10,000 years ago. And it hunted these big things called the moa, which are the closest relatives of the kiwi. Which they look like just massive kiwi. They're just big kiwi.
They do look like massive kiwis.
Emu-sized. Yeah, if you took a kiwi and made it ostrich or emu-sized, like that's a moa. And these birds would hunt them. These birds would hunt ostrich-sized things. So these were big. Now, I have a size comparison for you guys. And if you look at this, it doesn't look too impressive until you think about how large a normal eagle is. And that thing is not on his arm. That thing is... The thing's wingspan was fucking massive. And the Maori people, when they first got to this island, they were very much a war-based people. They were all warriors. They took pride in their fighting. But when the Maori people came to this island, they started hunting the moa too because they were a great source of food. And they actually hunted it up to extinction. And so the birds started attacking humans to, get back. And it would swoop in and grab children, and, that child is dead. You guys have heard of the story of the rock. This was the real rock. This thing, so the Maori people went to war against it and drove it to extinction. They literally searched the island and killed every single one of this bird.
Damn.
So,
that fucking sucks.
I mean, it sucks. Impressive because, these things were amazing predators. So, that's kind of, impressive. We won that war. But New Zealand, much better fighters than Australia, apparently. Just got to say, they won their war.
New Zealanders
And with that...
or sheep or something. It's one of those.
That has been episode number 22 of the Cram Jam podcast. Hope you guys all enjoyed.
I'll cut that part out.
No, don't.
Thank you.
Not at all. Not allowed to. That has to stay in. Or
I'll just New Zealanders and then just bleep. Anyway.
Nobody gets to know your awful claims you're making against New Zealanders.
Yeah. Sorry, New Zealand. And we know
Jack
you're
is
listening.
going to kill you all.
Thanks everybody for listening to this episode. Let us know if you would like us to maybe consult our AI friends to see how we can save Marcus once again.
Yeah, or
well,
maybe
for the first time.
Maybe help us find the one and only.
Yeah.
Big
Bungus.
Bungan. Oh, I can't remember its fucking name. I know it shouted it.
How could you not? That was traumatizing.
It is, as I said, seared into my mind, and I can't remember it. So
it took the real Joe Biden.
The real President Joe Biden fan of the show.
And so if you guys see the fan of the show, Joe Biden, on TV at any point recently, it's most likely been replaced with another imposter. It might actually be the big... Fuck it, end the episode. Cut it right there.
Listening, guys.
Jack,
Follow
please.
us at Cram Jam Pod on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, everywhere.
Like,
see
subscribe.
You next week. Like, subscribe, all that shit. You know the thing.
Bell.
We're never
we'll see you
coming
guys.
back.
Goodbye, everybody.
This is the end.